Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of the It Is Within You chat. So, guess what? Tonight, we will be focusing on what's happening in the pageant world and having that one topic that we're going to discuss between the two of us bloggers. My name is Ongetlape, and I'm still waiting for Bitamogelo to come through and request and get into the video so we can get cracking. We've been meaning to do this. Can we just start there? We've been meaning to do this for a very long time. Remember, even with my interview with Nkabati Shezi, I did say that we are going to do a breakdown of the Miss Universe pageant. But guess what? We did it all on our own outside. Hello, Itu. We did it all on our own outside of Instagram, and we came through with our top 6. Oh, hi, Bitamogelo. Oh, she's here. Yes, we came through with our top 6 and did a post right here on Instagram. But today we are giving you what we have been promising for a very long time, which is a chat between us. So without wasting any time, yes, Bitamogelo M has sent a request to be in your live video.
Girl, oh hi Matapelo. Girl. Let me wave at Matapelo. Will Instagram allow? Okay. Doesn't want me to wave. Hey? Hello, sweetie.
How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I was just explaining now we've been meaning to do this. Okay, let me just get that out of the way. And I'm the one who said it. We're going to break down Miss Universe and the pageant and the contestants, and it was meant to be a live video as well, but we didn't do it. So I had to confess my sins before we start. You know, I hate lying to people, but we really did lie to people. So we owe them a lot so far, like a lot. I think we've been mentioning so many other things. Even with the interviews, you always say, you know, at Her Majesty, we stand for what's not. Okay, we are answering questions to Miss Universe. You wanted it there.
I got this, but life happens.
But now we haven't said it together, like with our own mouths. I know we mentioned it a bit last year, got the 1 year Youth Day. But things have switched up a bit this year. So we owe people another explanation. And we have all our new followers as well. Oh my gosh, shout out to all our new followers.
You guys so much.
The ones who want to know, are we a pageant? Are we pageant people? Like, what's going on? Like, please just explain with your good English exactly what's going on. What a match. Are we like organizing pageants? Are we sponsoring pageants? What are we doing exactly?
All right, so Her Majesty organization is basically a pageant blog, right? But basically we are into anything and everything that has to do with pageants. We don't restrict ourselves to strictly being a pageant blogs, right? So we write articles about pageants, you know, we attend pageants, and we really like to find out more about pageants so that people want to enter pageants, you know about these pageants, and they're informed basically about all these pageants. So we're basically an organization that wants to promote beauty with a purpose, that wants to promote beauty in each and every single way that they can think about it, and not restricting to any body size, not restricting to anything, but basically to any female being the best version of themselves and appreciating their body, their skin tone, everything. So that is all that we are about on Her Majesty. And yeah, if I got anything, you can just add on to that.
I think the most exciting thing about this journey of ours is there's so many pageants out there. There are so many pageants out there.
Like, wow, okay.
Like the excitement every single time we find a new one. It's like a screenshot. WhatsApp.
Exactly.
Another one. Let's interview them. We have interviews lined up for the next 5 years or so. Just saying. Because we just want to know all about them and what they do. And I think I mentioned it twice before I did my interview when I was waiting for Nkabati last time, that, you know, different pageants have different purposes. And all of them address socio-economic issues, social development issues, which is another thing that we are about, to say that, we're doing social development through these pageants. And what are their impacts in the different communities? If you're saying, oh, you're doing, what's the one that comes to my mind? Miss Pretoria North. Okay, after you're Miss Pretoria North, then what's going to happen? What's needed in Pretoria North? Like, what's the person going to address? I mean, you get 18-year-olds, 15-year-olds entering, and then after they win, is it about their prize only? It can be about their prize, but what is their prize? What is it going to add to their life?
Like representative, of their community, basically. So if you're from Pretoria North, what is it about that says, okay, she's from Pretoria North, she's doing this and that, Like, do people from Pretoria North know about you? Do they look up to you and say, oh, okay, this is our Miss Pretoria North, and we appreciate her, we does, and we support the pageant fully, Do they even know about the pageant? Because remember the other day I was telling you about how I found out that there's a Miss Mabopane in my community. It's like, how? I live here and I've never heard of this pageant. Do you get what I'm saying? So do people in the area know about it? Because I think one thing about these pageants that people don't know and then don't get to support it. So at the end of the day, somebody is given the prizes and is, given the crown, but what is it if they don't support you at the end of the day? So yeah, man.
Yeah, and what we have done is also create this hub where we try by all means to let people know what goes on with these pageants, so you find out more about them. And
well, we're also finding out about them, because it's also every single time, like you said, it's like, wow, okay, there's a pageant called this. Oh wow, okay.
Exactly. And then we call them for the interviews. We post on our statuses every chance we get, if the applications are closing or anything like that. And we are hoping that with this platform, we'll also create a community where it is about pageants in the country, big or small.
Yes.
Again,
I think that's very important to say.
Well,
because, hey, man.
Look, it doesn't matter who you
on
are.
what scale and what are they doing at the end of the day. So, You
understand, because it's not just about and the brands. We're not trying to grow based on one brand, saying, oh, okay, no, we're going to every day on our statuses, are we going to post about one pageant because it's going to put us out there? I mean, yes, what everyone knows about Miss What. Yes, we posted one status. That is fine. The applications are closing. But there are other ones as well. Involve yourself. For you to be able to reach a certain level, you need to, evolve and do everything you can, get involved in as many pageants as possible, get exposed as well. Don't cry over losing out that one opportunity just because you didn't have enough networking. This is a network. Instagram is a network. This is a network. Everyone can come and say, okay, no, I do this with my pageant. I do this with mine. Really? Today is World Environmental Day, by the way. I understand. So the Miss Earth people. Yes, well done. So the Miss Earth people should be out there digging up those trees. They should. It's
like their Arbor Day, so they should be out there representing. Look.
If you're someone who grew up loving trees and roses and flowers and everything, or you're passionate about the environment in general, please know that there's that leads to your own purpose in life that you can enter, so you can move forward as well in other aspects besides just modeling. Yeah. So,
and I think that's what you're saying. The journey you've embarked on with the new series. I think it has made us get to know more about, how you're mentioning different pageants and the purpose that they serve. We are always so exposed to pageants being all about beauty and, hello, Mana Papa. Let me just scoot her there. So it's all about that. And basically, now we're getting to know more. Like, there's even your corporate pageants, there's even your online pageants and stuff like that. It's not all of these pageants where you need to be on stage and walking and stuff like that, So I really, really enjoy the string that we've embarked on. And I think so far we've done Miss Inspire, Miss Unity, and the third one was Miss Egoli, right?
Yes, Miss Egoli. Yes.
And I think I wanted to just speak about that, about different pageants. How, for example, Miss Egoli is an entrepreneurial pageant. Who would have known that in this world of pageants, somebody would come with an idea of an entrepreneurial pageant. I mean,
We're still getting over that interview until this day. We're still sitting here like,
what was that? What was that? Like, you know, you come up with your own business plan. You come out there, you know what, with your own company registered and all those things. You know, I think it's so important that you're finding out how pageants are no longer the same. They change the conversation. You know, it's no longer the thing that, you know what, you walk there and then get your crown and then it's done, you know. So I really love how it's becoming a space which inspires purpose. So it's really, really amazing to see.
It's amazing to see, and we can't wait. If anyone is watching or listening or anything like that, if you catch this show afterwards and you do have a pageant and we haven't followed you yet, please follow us. We will definitely follow. If we don't find you before you find us, trust me, we find people. If we do not find you before you find us, please follow, and we'll follow back. Follow and we'll follow back, and we'll definitely make sure that we put you on the pedestal that we are creating here. And of course, you're choosing Instagram because Insta baby, like look, camera click. We out here, you know, the medium is relevant. Instagram is all about pictures. I always say they will teach you at any social media school that Instagram is about good pictures. So because we're all about the click, let's do our thing on Instagram. And what's been going on in the pageant world? Dintang, what's happening? Reposted Miss Teenager.
Yeah.
Yes, congratulations.
It closed last week. And I think the 27th is tomorrow, Miss Josie closes tomorrow. And then Miss Bakoli closed last week as well. And then Miss SA's applications are open, ladies. That's closing on the 24th of June. And then, what else am I forgetting? But I think that's about the highlight that we've seen. I think so far we've covered Miss Teenager, that they've crowned their new queen recently. And what other pageant that we covered?
Miss Free State. State.
Also just crowned their queen now recently. So yeah.
And Mrs. going back to beginning of the year, Mrs. South Africa. We also
yes.
South Africa. Congratulations.
Congratulate her. It was quite beautiful to see. Like, wow. I think their journey is always quite interesting. Like, it's lengthy, but every time we get to see South Africa, we're like, nah, we understand why it takes so long. You have quality. You bring out, you bring out the woman of the year. Like, you bring out the mother of the nation. So we understand.
About Mrs. South Africa, we have conversations behind closed doors, a lot of them, and we always say that the process of Mrs. South Africa looks like it's so long. I can't wait to have them here on the blog so they can tell us what actually happens. It looks so interesting.
Yes.
It's so interesting.
And how they get to manage, you know, their families and work and everything while still being on this journey, because I just found that to be an art on its own.
Like an art of its own. And we interviewed Nkabati the other day, but because we're talking about Miss Egoli, she wears many hats. We couldn't get a lot into Mrs. South Africa as well. But you know what? Those women are champions. And what else? Miss Universe.
Yes. Most recently, Miss Universe has been crowned. I think it's been a week now. Okay, or just over a week. And a very interesting one. I think we one thing I want to look into now. I think that's what I've been thinking about, right? So to get to top 21, right? It was basically about us voting as citizens and stuff like that, right? So I'm at this point where I'm asking myself, when thinking about networking and marketing, that is enough marketing and networking done in terms of, let's say South Africa, are we doing enough marketing and networking in order to put our queens up there? In the sense that you'd get that it's only advertised on social media that, okay, vote for your Miss Universe, vote for your Miss World, you know, all these kinds of pageants. But imagine you're watching a news bulletin and it pops up that vote for your Miss Universe, vote for your Miss World, or whatever the case may be. I feel as though if votes are a contributing factor, what are we doing to push our finalists to get into the top 21, top whatever of each pageant, you know? I feel as though sometimes people get to know about it, but they just see it and like, oh, swipe over it. I forgot to vote for it, or I saw it, but it's not. You know, how much support are we giving? In all honesty, are people still there about Miss South Africa and this Miss Africa going to Miss Universe, going to Miss World, or any other pageant? Because I feel as though there's a gap there. There's a gap somewhere that we aren't doing our part as normal citizens of South Africa, so to say.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, because even the preliminary show on the Saturday, I had a lot of people texting me and asking, South Africa, because it's like it becomes a wave on social media. The time Natasha starts to post the dresses and people start reposting and people start retweeting and things like that, like oh, someone is actually at Miss Universe. You understand? And we tend to forget about the first and the second place. And people are asking, where's the vendor lady? Where should? Like, who's Miss South Africa? Maybe did her reign end? Did someone else win? So it becomes a thing of, we have social media-ized it too much. We have forgotten,
I understand.
There was someone once said to me, Twitter is not South Africa. Twitter is not representative of South Africa. Social media is not representative of South Africa. When something is trending on Twitter, please don't think that everyone else knows about it just because it's trending on Twitter and they're saying it's trending in South Africa. It's only trending between like 50,000 people that are tweeting about it. Sometimes it's not even 50,000. Like, the internet algorithm of putting everything together, that it's and then you get to the streets and then you think it's but it's actually not. It's within this smaller kind of community of social media. Yes, it reaches out because of the internet to the world, but how many people on the floor know about it? And that's true, like you're saying, through other means like traditional media, 123, 123. So yeah, it's that.
And I think another thing is also going back to broadcasting. I'm not so informed about that area of side of things, so to say, right? But I remember growing up, I used to see Miss SABC1, guys, or SABC3, if I'm not mistaken. But like somewhere there, it would be on an SABC channel. That way, if there is a granny there in Eastern Cape or somebody, SABC3 then, if there was somebody there, like, I don't know, if my granny, I didn't have to worry about her watching GSTV or whatever the case may be, I would be sure that by the time that it ends Miss SA, she also knows who Miss SA is. But now, because we're also on this platform whereby now it's on Mzansi, Magic and stuff like that, if somebody doesn't have DSTV, does that mean that they will find out through maybe buying a newspaper, if they get a chance to buy a newspaper? Or so I feel as though we've lost that essence of traditional means of reaching other people. You get what I'm saying? And so to say that sometimes we don't realize that those traditional means got to people that were sort of clued onto pageant. Like, I think if we can really, really go back and think about it, those old people that don't have all these fancy Twitter and they're the ones that will be voting. They're the ones that will be on some, you know what, we want to see this person make it. So it's really confusing for me. I wonder if there's still conversations that people are having in the pageant space as well. So to say that, you know what, let's expand ourselves. Let's try to, if we can't have the live on SABC channel, let's try to have a repeat or something, so that, you know what, somebody is well informed and knows that this is my Miss Africa, this is my Miss Universe, this is my Miss Supernatural. So, all these things.
ETV, man, like good old-fashioned ETV, channel 194, anywhere. Like, yeah, so I totally get what you're talking about. And our mothers used to love Miss South Africa.
They used to love it. They used to love it. I mean, this is why we love pageants. This is why we know so much about pageants. It used to be, like, how we sit down to watch the State of the Nation address or the big address, we'd all sit down and be like, hey, Kim's Africa, you don't want to miss it today. Like, at that time of the day, on a Sunday at 5, you'd all just gather in the living room and want to watch it together. And it would be a thing,
So, yeah, no, our mothers used to love Miss South Africa. Okay, Basi. Okay, Basi. Like, they will ask us about Bami South Africa in 1996, 97, 98.
Exactly.
Until the early 2000s. And they used to have a spread on Drum Magazine. I remember when there was still Miss SA Teen. And Puti Komo was Miss SA Teen. And she was on the cover of Drum Magazine. And she had an entire spread. And after that, she moved on to acting and things like that. And everyone still knows her until this day because of the SABC One thing. I mean, guys, not everyone had DSTV, ne? Like,
no, it was DSTV was still very expensive. Nearly top dog if you had to go during those times.
Never be that dish. What about dish? What are women for dish? Hey.
So it's really that thing. It's a conversation that needs to be had that, you know what, social media is not everything. You know, having Twitter or having support of Instagram, people reacting or whatever, it's not the entire nation. You want to have the entire nation behind you, go to platforms that reaches, you know, that entire nation so that they can get to know more information about you, get to support you the way. Good old-fashioned radio, man. Imagine hearing an ad, in South Africa on FM. I mean, who wouldn't want to vote for Miss Africa to make it to Miss Universe or what platform that it would be? So yeah.
And the personalities can also have a chance to talk about it as well. Oh, the ad just passed. Hey guys, Ghana, Miss South Africa. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it would be someone some other thing that's out of this world. And our topic for this evening.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been waiting for this one. Yo, so our topic for this evening, the series is called "It Is Within Her," and I deliberately finished off with Miss Universe in the news so it can transition nicely into this topic. And I wanted to mention something now. That's when I remember that we actually have a topic instead of just, you know, moving on. Individuality and what you as a person, you as Bitemogelo, it is within you, what you are bringing to the table. Earlier on, I mentioned something about World Environmental Day, and people that are generally passionate about World Environmental Day and entering Miss Earth. You understand? Does it add to your general purpose in life? Where are you going? And you also mentioned something about, you know, people not being aware of what you call it, Miss SA via the new social media, you know, the new normal of social media. Social media is not general media. And the one thing that popped in my head when you mentioned that was Zozibini. You understand? Zozibini is a brand on her own.
Yes.
And as an individual, she has managed to do this. Like you guys will look, whoever is watching or listening, you look for a proper English word to explain what this is. Yeah. So Zozibini managed to the brand of Miss SA. And now it's like Miss SA is equal to Zozibini and Zozibini is equal to Miss SA. So whoever is coming afterwards, it's starting to look like there's a huge comparison or there's a huge expectation of that individual matching up to Zozibini. And it's a thing we're saying now that do people really know Miss SA? Do people really care about Miss SA at this day and age, or do they care about Zozibini?
And what you're saying is so true, because now they come to perceive Miss South Africa with a perception of, will the person match up to the standard of Zozibini? There's preconceived standards before you can even enter. The individuality starts to be erased from the equation. Like it's slashed, it's cut, it's demolished.
I'm looking for
Crossed out. Yeah.
That's happening because now these guys are not individuals that can stand on their own anymore. And with Shudu, you understand? And trying to go back to the interview, remember I said it to you the other day, I couldn't find it. There was a press interview that she did after she won. I think one of the journalists actually asked her how she feels about Zozibini and taking over from her. And, the journalist was asking what people want to know, because that's what people associate with Miss South Africa now. I mean, during the preliminary show for Miss Universe, when Natasha's dress was trending, Natasha was trending. This was Twitter. It's Miss Universe, Natasha, and Zozi. It is not even her year. It is not even her year, but she's up there. Number one, you understand? So that comes with a lot of expectations on its own, that this one person is carrying the brand on her back. And until today, I saw on Instagram the nice dress that Zozi was wearing before, when she, crowned the new Miss Universe, is still trending until this day. But everyone else there's nothing wrong with that. She has done well. She has revolutionized the standard of beauty all over the world. People from other nations love her. Have you seen them flooding her Instagram?
She's really, really changed the narrative around pageants.
She is super amazing. But now the pageant has to continue. There are winners every single year. So
to go on.
The show needs to go on. So now the question is, what's going to happen? Because Zozibini winning was not to say that people who have short afros will win every year. It said that, guys, except people with the short afros. Understand? There are others as well. You understand? It's slightly longer. You understand? You understand? Like, everyone. It was saying welcome everyone, and welcome to the club, Zozi. Thank you very much for doing this for us and for making it possible. But it was not the blueprint. That's what people need to understand as well. And I don't know what you can say more about that.
Quite a lot of individuality being shown in her year. I think it was her being, with the short hair. It was Sasha who was Little Khan's essay, who had a beautiful body. Yay, look. And then there was also a queer lady that was part of, there was a lot of people that stood out, another plus size lady as well.
The one with the beautiful lady with the jade. She enters and yes, she's a queer lady.
You understand? And there's also another plus size lady. I think her name is Beulah, if I stand to be corrected. But there was quite a lot of
Beulah. Yes.
So the thing is, it goes back to how it was all about saying that it's okay to be who you are and stand up to represent yourself in the best version that you know how to, So I feel as though now that has been done, it feels as though each year has its own trend, so to say. That was done, but now coming to the future, it's like we still need to revert back to that. Like, why do we not, like, I don't even know how to say it, but like, swiftly, like, we have that thing,
Yeah, so I totally get it.
We can hold on to her, right, and appreciate her. I mean, she's a queen. It was her year. She served her purpose, and that's done. But what's true from here? Like, what are we saying? Like, honestly, we need to.
And I think
detach. I know it sounds weird, but detach ourselves, because I feel as though now it's an attachment thing to not really detached. It's like, and this is the thing. I feel as though now. I hope and pray to God that that's something she feels herself, because when she comes back, she wants to come back and be herself and, do all that she wants to do. She doesn't feel this guilt. People are holding on to me. I can't go out there and do what I want to do and stuff like that. So I really, really hope that it gets to a point where we let go and we embrace the new, because I feel as though we are holding on so much to her that, wow, guys. Yeah.
Okara has to really miss essay and give Miss Zozibini. The pageant should just change its name, like, allegedly.
Oh, doggy.
I don't know. Allegedly, yes. So the pageant should just, yeah. I'm sorry to whoever is out there, but yeah, yes. So that is the thing, and that is the truth. Because, oh, can you talk about the live that was so cringy? And I think Miss SA, shout out to Miss SA, shout out for sending Natasha to Miss Universe. You understand? To show the
Yes.
universe the diversity of beauty in South Africa. You
Come on now.
understand? It's to be on a personal level. Natasha was my favorite from the show, from the main show.
Good.
From the main show last year already. She was my favorite. I knew top 5 was certain that she's there. Top 3 was certain that she's there. She's faithful, everything. And did I tweet about it, or did I WhatsApp you about it? But something like that.
I think you WhatsApped me about it. Yeah, saying that there's something to look into her. Yeah.
Yes, I WhatsApped you. And the most exciting thing, on Twitter, the Saturday before the preliminary show, I tweeted that, SA girls are up there now. We're like Thailand. Thailand, every year, but like a confidence. Yeah,
and people actually look in being placed. Like they know what I place you, So we are also up there. Now other countries speak about our girls. Like no longer thing whereby it's like, no, it's just another country from Africa that's just down there. Like we are, within the elite.
Within the elite, and to show that Africa, number one, we do have diversity. It's not just about being a black girl. It's about being an African girl. Understand? Africa Day was the other day. Natasha is African as well. All of them, Demi, Cameron, all of them. Like, it's, I think, I'm trying to think. Tatum Keshwa, my favorite Miss SA of all time, right? She was in the top 5 during her time of Miss Universe.
All right.
Yes, she was in the top 5. So she's also there, you understand? So our girls are becoming the girls, and I love it for them. I really love it for them. But the saddest thing, the cringe IG live. The saddest thing, as Natasha's fan from the main Miss South Africa show, was me watching her live on Instagram, explaining herself to people why she didn't make it. Like, she looked so sad. They were like,
personally, I feel as though I believe she has her reasons and why she wanted to do it. But I guess I'm a believer of, if you're not ready to do something, don't let people force you, or the crowd force you into doing something before you are ready to do it. I feel as though if she felt as though she owed us an explanation, it could have been delayed until a stage where she feels as though I'm back to myself. I believe that we need to be so selfish when it comes to selves. And look, take your time. Take your time. This healing process is yours. This journey is yours. So until you feel as though you're at a place where you are ready and you are, then come and be like, okay, guys, here it is. I watched it and my heart was in pieces, because I was like, okay, wow.
What we needed. The life.
The thing is, why I think we're speaking now from a perspective of right? So we're saying it as was necessary from our perspective, but for her as well. Our healing journeys are different. For sure, it's her way of healing. So I'm a bit two ways about it. I'm at a point whereby that could have been that thing that she needed to do to heal herself. But at the same time, when you haven't really healed, why do you come up and be like, hey guys, this is me?
She doesn't owe anyone an explanation. Exactly. In my opinion, she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. The judges are the judges. You already won Miss South Africa. You are our Miss Universe South Africa. And I loved how they phrased all of that.
In Miss Africa. So by virtue of that, and by virtue of you being our best representative trust, you have won us over. We know that you're taking a winner across, to the other countries to participate. That's what we know in our heart. We didn't take another person to just go. We know what we're going there to do. We fully understand, and we are contained that we send to you, and you're gonna go there, do what you're supposed to do, and come back, and we're happy with the outcome. Like, we have no anxiety, or like we have no stress whatsoever about you. Hey, like, we are so confident in you. Like, we trust you. That's why we're like, look, rooting for you out here.
Bona, like forever, forever. Trust me. Like in this, and that's one thing I want us to do as well when it comes to this platform, like to celebrate our queens, celebrate
Yes.
our queen. Cameron Green, we celebrate you, our queen. You made it to the top 2. I know deep inside, Cameron would have wanted to win Miss Universe that time because of Demi, of course, or the pressure, all for herself, all for her country. I mean, you're waving the national flag and you want to do everyone proud, all 57 million of us. But we are proud of you for actually making it there. And like I said, I love how Miss South Africa has phrased all of the top 3's titles. It's Miss Supranational South Africa, Miss Universe South Africa, Miss World South Africa. You are our Miss World in South Africa.
You've already won. That's what I'm saying. You have won in our eyes. Like, you've already made it. Like, when you leave, yeah, you leave a winner. Like, you're not leaving here as an Miss Universe winner. And like, you go there having won it. And this is why we feel as though that you are the best that we have got to give. And this is why we're so confident. This is why we voted. This is why we are retweeting and sharing and doing all these things. So that we just show that, you know what, we love you. We appreciate you. We are confident in you as well.
Yeah, the biggest pageant in the country. You know, that's why we're sitting here and talking about it now. It's something that was inevitable. We had to speak about it. So that's our main topic for tonight: individuality. It is within you. That's why we always say this. It is within you. You are a queen. It is within you. All the ladies who entered last year, and some didn't make it to the semifinals, some made it away. Ah, yes. Zosi's message after she didn't make it through to the semifinals on the first year that she entered Miss South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Her message, if everyone remembers that message very well, the one she posted on Facebook, she said some very important points.
She even posted the picture of the time she didn't make it, right?
Yes. I think the the time she didn't make it. It was very powerful that time. And it is within you. She managed to come back. And look what happened after she came back. Imagine had she not returned to the pageant and said, okay, no, this and that and that, this and that and that. People like Bridget Masinga, for example. Bridget Masinga entered, I'm not quite sure about the year, I don't want to lie, but she refused to wear a wig the year that she entered. Everyone was Bridget Masinga as the radio personality, you know, YFM, Kaya FM, media personality, you know, that lovely lady. I love the way she talks. I love, like, she flows so nicely. Everyone knows Bridget Masinga. But on the year that she entered Miss South Africa, we'll just confirm it, she refused to wear a wig. And like, no one knows about that. You understand?
We don't celebrate it enough. We don't say it enough. We don't say, hey, we appreciate you. We see that. Like, we don't we go back and be like, but for you to come out into this industry, this is where you come from. This is your, you know, like the ground that raised you into who you are today. So yeah.
And she was second princess? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the second princess. Yeah, yes, if I'm not mistaken.
2002, 2003, somewhere there. She was definitely somewhere. She was definitely second princess. So yes, it's about individuality. You know, it's about being who you are or what you stand for. If you don't know your purpose yet, all of us are on earth on a road to becoming. If you know your purpose, if you don't know your purpose, you still become. That's why you are alive. You understand? Everyone is still becoming. Whether you have the crown or not, it's you as an individual. So please, to all the hopeful for Miss SA or any other pageant out there, please don't compare yourself and put yourself under pressure with someone else. Like I said at the beginning, pageants they have a different purpose. And when you enter for a purpose. So please align yourself and continue on becoming.
I live by this mantra, Annette, that says that whatever's meant for me won't miss me. And if it misses me, then it truly wasn't meant for me. So in my life, if you apply that mantra into each and every single area of your life, you'll get to realize that sometimes it can miss you. And it's okay. Title to miss you, that crown to miss you, but it was meant for somebody else. I think once you realize it was meant for somebody else, you realize that it is within you to do something else you gave me. Like the thing is, maybe we also put too much pressure, or I don't know, like we put ourselves, I don't know, on a some sort of like place that's just high above ourselves, that you know what, we know that if we reach this place, we make it a defining place. Let me put it like that. Like I put it as a defining point. As soon as I reach this point, I would have achieved my purpose or my goal, my reason for living, or whatever the case may be. Whereas if you could really just live a life that is free flowing, the case that if this didn't happen, then on to the next one. Let me keep it moving. Let have a sense of contentment within you. You know, have this thing, it happened, and you know what, let it move. Like, I think, especially if you're a believer, this is something which you need to have as well within you, and be like, hey, God has a divine purpose. God has a greater plan. God knew, and also be confident and content in what you did. I think once you've given your best to something, you don't have, man, could have, should have, would have, but because you've given your best, it's like, my best is enough. And you know that your maker was there with you. It's like, you know what, God, you helped me through this. You held my hand through this. So therefore, what I did was enough. And it wasn't enough before the judges. Then surely, God, it's enough for that place. You are grooming me in this place for another place that I'm meant to be at. So look, that is what my thing. Like, just have it within you to know that if something misses you, then it surely wasn't meant for you in that time. And look, if it's yours at that time, it's yours. It won't miss you. Like, just know that, you know, it's done. It's sealed. It has my name on it, you know. And I want us to take away from, like, it being within you. Know that, hey, man,
honestly. And just in closing from my side, Miss Universe, the current Miss Universe, in 2017, she was the first runner-up for Miss World.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. I didn't know that. And that means she entered again then in last year. Wow.
Yeah.
And I think maybe the rules in her country, you know, I believe they in each country pageant. I think when you are placed the top 3 or top 5, you can't enter again, you know, in pageant. So I think with her, it means that in her country, you're allowed to enter as many times as you want. Even if you're placed in a certain year, then you can still go back and represent your country at international pageant. So wow, interesting to see. Wow. And she did wow. It goes back to not giving up. It goes back to not saying that if I didn't make it this year, it is the end. You know, it goes back to you saying, you know what, I'm going for it. There's still next year. There's still next year. As long as you still haven't reached that age limit that they have, then look, go for it. I mean, the world is your oyster. She and look where she is now. Wow.
Look where she is now. Imagine. So the lady that won Miss World, the time that she entered the Queen, was also congratulating her. He's like, wow, like, we were the sisterhood from Miss World. Please let it continue. And you were amazing with the rest of us. Please continue and do your thing. And look at her now. She's Miss Universe. You miss being queen of the world. Now you are queen of the universe. Universe.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at God. Like, look, like, hey, how does that? What are the odds? I mean, wow. That's
what are the odds?
Really
imagine going through everything. She went through everything from the beginning. Same thing that Zosie did. Go back to the beginning. Go through everything once again. Imagine the emotional intelligence of saying that, I'm entering again. I made it to semifinals. Yes. I'm entering again. I made it literally within the top of the world in the other pageant. I'm entering again and pushing through until the very end. The emotional intelligence and everything else. I was just in awe. I was like, she's also, you know what, my favorite person in the world. She's also setting an example in her own way.
I'm inspired by her story, as you see, because I didn't know this. Like, I'm just here, like, in awe. I'm like, wow, hey?
I don't know if she's speaking Mexican wherever she can. All the language. I
was translating, you guys, really wrong, but that goes to show, like, you see, they could have said, no, we don't want her because she can't speak English or whatever. But they're like, we want her. We'll make provision for her. She'll get an interpreter. Like, look, when something is meant for you, it's meant for you. Like, everything will be aligned. Everything will just make sense around how your reign happens. Because, I mean, she'll be living in USA, and that country, they're always speaking English and whatever. But the thing is, they will make a way. Like, she'll find a way. Find a way to, navigate her way around the country. But you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way. And wow, that is really interesting. And it's also
we liking all our lives. Ramos smile like what thinking. Hi, your fans from across the world. We love you so much. We don't know what you say, but you know what? We love you so much for that you are. And yeah, man, it was. That's the thing. So I'm glad we had this conversation finally. I'm glad we had the conversation. And maybe having it. It was meant to be. Now that we didn't have the conversation before Miss Universe, and has to be afterwards because so much happened afterwards.
Now we're unpacking everything. Like now, it's like
we're unpacking everything. But I'm glad. Let's just be individuals and do our thing. It is within you.
It is within you. It is within you, Korobona. Don't doubt yourself. Don't sleep on yourself. Enter as many times as you can. Enter as many times as you want. Like, don't have any limitation. Like, you know what? This voice that limits you and says, but what if? But no, don't listen to it. Like, ignore it. Just notice within you. Enter as many times as you want. Go for whatever goals or dreams of yours. Even if it's a contemplated, guys. Whatever it is that you truly feel is for you, then go for it. Don't give up. So, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, okay, that's it from us for this evening. Yeah, I love this. I missed the chats. It's like we're summarizing our conversations to a single live video. Like, okay guys, let's just let you in on what we talk about on a daily.
We're putting them into our WhatsApp group.
Please come through to our WhatsApp group. It's only the two of us. We can't open a group, unfortunately. Like, it's just the two of us working along this blog and everything. So welcome to the community, and and we're looking forward to growth and much more. Yes.
I'm engaging with more pageants and stuff like that. So these are the faces behind Her Majesty organization. I think every time when you're writing emails and people just try to think, hey, what's my scam? Here we are. Like, here is Her Majesty organization. This is what it's about. And look, we look forward to getting to know more about your pageants. And you know what? Look, we just see people that are just crazy about pageants and everything that happens in the pageant space. So, yeah.
We're one of a kind. That's why people are finding it difficult to understand what we do exactly. One of a kind.
Exactly.
And
it's not something that's already out there.
Yeah, we celebrate people, and that's literally what we want to do and build communities at the same time. So yeah, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. We can't wait for next week. We can't say who's going to be on the interview for next week. We'll say it with the poster or something like that. We can't reveal everything now, but yeah. Next week it's happening again.
On the Majesty organization, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, 6 p.m. next week, Thursday. Yeah, look, we can't wait for you guys to join us again.
Yeah, great stuff. Good evening, everyone, and bye. Have a great one.
Bye.